If you have questions about that or my cats, I'm more than happy to answer them. So please line up by this microphone. What's your name?
Danielle.
This microphone that Danielle is so beautifully showcasing.
Wow. Everybody rushed all at once.
Hello.
Hi. I have never heard that, like, I thought about how you have to take a song and translate it and make it into a song, but I've never actually met anybody who said they did that. So
Yeah, I do it a lot.
Can you tell us more about it? Because I think that's like the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. So shows that I have adapted, I did Space Dandy, Rosario Vampire, the second season of Negma, other stuff that I don't think I'm allowed to say yet. Show by Rock. So basically what happens is the materials that I get are the video with the Japanese like singing, so I can see if there are any mouth movements that I have to match, because sometimes, for some reason when they sing, they really love to match the vowel movements, which is like a nightmare for me when I'm trying to do the song, but it's a fun challenge. So I have to see the video to see if I have to match any of that, and so I'll have the video and then the translation. So I'll have the Romanji, which is like, you know, the American lettering of what the Japanese words are, right next to the translation, so I know which line matches with what. And so I first learn the song in Japanese. I will actually learn each line in Japanese, because in my opinion, that's the only way you can get the rhythm down perfectly, is if you know exactly how many syllables are in each line. Yep. So I learn the song in Japanese, and then I go over the translation quite a few times just to kind of get what the original writer's intent was poetically. And then I do line by line, trying to make the translation sound more, make it match rhythmically, because especially in Rosario Vampire, it would be like the line would have like 14 distinct syllables, and then the translation would be like 4 syllables. So I would have to pad it a lot. So I make it match rhythmically, and then also kind of try to match if there's a rhyming scheme at all, which actually J-pop really doesn't rhyme very often. It's really rare. So I tend to rhyme a lot more than the Japanese does, just because to a Western ear it sounds better and less translation-y. So yeah, that's basically what I do. Depending on the song, a minute-long song can take me anywhere from like an hour to 6 hours, just like depending on the difficulty of like how much I have to add, and if it's trying to match the mouth movements. Like Space Dandy, so beautifully animated, and because of that, it was so hard to adapt because every single vowel was exactly the same on the character's mouth as it is in Japanese. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Japanese sounds way different. So trying to match the vowels with that timing was like crazy. And it still had to be funny because it's Space Dandy. But because of that, that's why Space Dandy is one of my favorite things I've ever gotten to adapt, because I really like having those challenges. I think it's really fun. To me, it's like, I've actually said this recently, as far as working in anime specifically, I enjoy adapting songs even more than voice acting. Like, I think it's that much fun to me. I think it's so cool. Like, because with anime, I only like it if I really love the character, whereas like with adapting songs, you can give me the crappiest song ever that's like super obnoxious and like not a great song, and I will still have the time of my life adapting it. I think it's so much fun. So thanks for that question. Hello.
My question is, wait, can
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
You voice a lot of male characters, like CL.
Yes, that's true.
What made you audition for a male character? Like, what got you into that?
Well, you know, it's funny, especially when I first started, voicing male characters was easier to me than voicing female characters, because especially in anime, the female characters have a tendency to be a little over the top and like super girly, and especially when I was younger, was just not that way at all. I was always very, very, very boyish. In fact, I was mistaken for a boy up into my early 20s. Like, yeah. So, yeah, it's just something that really came very easily to me. I don't know, I don't really, I guess, as far as like gender, I definitely don't see it as like an exact binary. I do think everyone's like a little bit on a spectrum, you know what I mean? And I definitely see myself as female, but I lean a little masculine, just a little bit. All right, who has more questions? Because otherwise this panel is over. Hello.
Hi. I wanted to hear more about your cats.
Oh my God. So I have 2 cats. You guys should follow me on Instagram if you don't. I'm at Brinakins, BRINAKINS. So they have long names. The orange one is Augustus Sherbert III, and then my white and gray one is Mortimer Pudingsworth IV. And then the third and the fourth, because they're the third and fourth cat that my husband and I have had together. Our previous 2 cats passed away. And so Sherbert is like, he's a really skinny orange cat, which is weird. And my vet was like, oh, good job on keeping that cat real thin, because it's real hard to do that with orange cats. And I'm like, I free feed them. Like, I don't do anything to like curb his appetite at all. And he eats a lot. But apparently, the vet thinks that he is part Abyssinian, and I don't know if you know anything about those cats, but they're very slender and sleek and whatever. And they are super smart, and he is very smart, like obnoxiously smart. We used to let him drink it from the faucet, and we've been trying to train him out of that. Cats don't typically have a good memory, and you can train them out of wanting something pretty quick. This little mofo has not been given water from the faucet in a year, and he still asks for it. Every day. Like, I'm not saying like every now and then, like every single morning, he's just screaming in our faces because he wants water from the faucet for a year, and we've not given it to him. Still will not take no for an answer. So obnoxious. We even got one of those like fountains, like water fountains that like has running water all the time. Not good enough. He will only, I'm not even kidding, he will only drink out of it if I pretend to drink out of it. And then even then, he'll only drink from the exact spot that I drank from. He's insane. And then Mortimer's just an idiot. And his mouth is always partially open, so his tongue sticks out constantly. So he's just like, he's always either like this, or he's like this. And he doesn't, he's so dumb. He's so dumb. He might be the dumbest guy I've ever had. And he's scared of everything. When we first got him, he was terrified of our ceiling for some reason, which made me terrified of our ceiling. I was like, are there demons up there, bro? Like, what are you seeing right now? Anyway, so that's my cats. Hello!
So, since you normally get cats at a male, do you prefer to have a lower range like CL, or would you prefer a character like Chopper or
I actually prefer being able to do all of it. I think any actor will tell you, being able to have a really like diverse range of characters that you get to play is so much fun. Because if you get pigeonholed into one role and you start to get typecast, it kind of gets boring after a while. Like, you're not challenged. Whereas, like, I feel like every time I get into the booth, I'm doing something new and fun. Like Minetta in My Hero Academia. Getting to do that voice and to do a lisp is really fun, because I personally think that lisp are so cute. I love them so much. And I don't understand why we like train kids out of it. Just let them have a lisp. It's adorable. Just kidding. Like, any speech pathologists are like, how dare you? But yeah, I don't have a preference. counterparts. I prefer to do all of them. Thank you. Hello.
Hi.
Have I met you before?
Maybe.
You look really familiar.
Well, I've been to MegaCon before.
Oh, I haven't been to MegaCon in like 6 or 7 years, I think.
Then no.
Yeah, it's been a while. Well, nice to meet you.
Thank you. Anyway, do you have any funny or just weird stories while doing voice acting for Chopper or any of their characters?
Doing voice acting for Chopper. Not really for Chopper. Chopper's very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of any funny stories about Chopper. I did chase J. Michael Tatum around the studio with a clown mask on one time. It is super mean. You should not do that. I recently had a really funny moment doing Book of Atlantic for Black Butler. For some reason, and this hasn't happened to me in years because I've been voicing CL forever. For some reason, I started to like kind of get out of the voice a little bit. And Ian was like, whoa, 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 that was out of character. Whoa, you're out of the voice, what's happening? And so we were like, I was like, oh yeah, CL. And he was like, yeah, your parents are dead. And I was like, yes, my parents are dead. And so like, before every take, I'd be like, my parents are dead.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. I know you were the voice of Ray Ayanami. How did it feel to do the voice of one of the most iconic anime characters?
It was definitely an honor, for sure. I think it was kind of a blessing that I didn't really know how iconic she was while I was voicing her, because it wasn't announced that I was voicing her. Mike McFarland was the director of those movies, and he was just like, hey, this is like a really big deal, just so you know, you're getting this role. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I didn't think that much of it because since she doesn't talk that much, in total, on all the movies that we did, I probably worked on that character like an hour and a half because she just never talks. Like whereas with like a character like CL, I've done like hundreds of hours probably. So it's one of those things that it was such a short session that I kind of like came in and did it, and then I was like, okay, cool, that's fine, bye. And then whenever it was announced and having everybody like freak out about it, then that's when I got nervous. It was like, oh my God, I hope I didn't screw that up. Oh God. But so far, and I mean it's been years, so anyone who would want to murder me if I did screw it up, I would imagine has clearly been unsuccessful. Thank you. So yeah, everyone's been super nice about it, and it seems like everybody was really receptive to it. So it was dope. Had a great time. Thank you.
No problem.
What was it like working on the 2004 Fullmetal Alchemist anime?
Awesome. That was actually my first featured character ever. Nina Tucker in Fullmetal Alchemist was the very first featured character that I ever played. Before that, I was just doing what's called Walla, where you were like in a booth with a bunch of other actors, and like when in shows that you watch, like the main characters will be walking through the street or something, and you hear like murmuring or whatever, and like, oh, people just like buying apples or something. So for like 2 years, I had just been doing that and that alone, and Nina was the first thing that I got, and I actually didn't know that she had such a tragic end. I thought that she was like a lead character that like lasted. And she was not at all. So that was it. Like there were a lot of emotions happening whenever we got to that scene. We're just like, wait, what? Oh God. oh God. But then seeing it on Cartoon Network when it did finally air was so cool. Like it was just so cool to see something that I had done on Cartoon Network, Toonami, which I had been such a huge fan of. Like I would watch Toonami all the time. It was so cool. It was definitely one of the highlights of my career for sure. Thanks.
Hello.
I haven't met you before, surely.
Yes, you have met me before.
Okay, cool.
Hello. My name is Christine, and I wanted to say I think you have a beautiful singing voice.
Oh, thank you.
And I wanted to ask if you would sing Full Moon on the Water from Beck.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to think, because I have my ukulele, I was trying to think if I remember what the chords are, and I don't. So I'll just have to do it off the top. Sways gently in the night of one fine day. On my way, looking for a moment with my dear. What a fool, I don't know about tomorrow, what it's like to be. I was sure I couldn't let myself go, even though I feel the end. For those of you who don't know, how many of you actually know what that song is? You guys need to watch Beck. Beck Mongolian Chop Squad. It is so good. That was my first lead character ever, and it's all about the underground music scene in Japan, and it's so beautiful. Chris Bevins, who is one of the directors, described it best, I think, where it's basically an indie film. Like the feel of it is very indie film that just happened to be animated. Like it's like as if they took the audio from an indie film and lost all the footage and decided to animate it. Like it's just so slice of life. It's so good. It's one of my favorite shows that I've ever done. It's actually my husband's favorite show that I've ever done as well. Hello.
Hello. I had a question in my head when I walked up here, and then I saw the ukulele, and I completely forgot that question, so I'm just going to ask about the ukulele. Is that okay?
Sure,
Awesome.
do it.
How long have you been playing the ukulele, and what kind of ukulele is it?
I've been playing ukulele for a year and a half. And this is actually the second ukulele that I ever bought. It's a Luna High Tide, and it's electric. And it's a really good like starter electric, like if you're starting a gig. I definitely want to upgrade and get a nicer electric, because this doesn't really stay in tune super well. But yeah, ukulele actually means a lot to me. 2 years ago, I had to have surgery on my ear, and it made everything really, really hard. It made singing really hard. It made voice acting really hard, and like literally painful. And music has always been a huge part of my life. I grew up singing with my mom, so it's always been singing. It's always been my thing. And I kind of know how to play piano, so when my ear thing started happening, I started playing piano a little bit more. And but it's never really been my instrument. And then just on a whim, I decided to buy a ukulele. My first one was actually a Cordoba 15 CM. And at first I was like, what a stupid instrument, it sounds so silly. And then I just kind of like pick it up and tinker with it a little bit. And then I went to visit my mom in Ecuador, and she had other friends visiting, so I had like nothing to do. So I would sit and play the ukulele for like 6 hours at a time. And I just fell in love with it. And it became the instrument that I could play, that I could have some sort of outlet when my ear was messing up that wasn't painful. And so it like kind of helped me through a lot of depression and anxiety and stuff. So I highly recommend picking up a ukulele, because I feel like it's impossible to be sad when you're playing ukulele. And then it also allows you to be sad. Like, if you're having a bad day, like if you just play, like there have literally been times that I will play this thing and just cry. Like I'll just be like playing like, and it's just, it's a really healing instrument. I recommend it for everyone.
Tracy.
Hello.
Not that I want to completely open the bag of worms that is One Piece, so not super far in it. I've always had the secret fear that they're going to get like 3/4 of the way through dubbing it and give it up. Just be like, it's not really worthwhile or anything. Can you just assuage my fears and tell me that things are going well and things are going
Well, I mean, we're still dubbing it, so that hasn't stopped. But yeah, I mean, as long as people keep buying it, then it should be good. So keep being a fan, keep watching it on through legal channels. Watch it through illegal channels, then we definitely won't continue dubbing it because we're moving. So, unfortunately, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Funimation is a corporation, so if they're not making money off of something, then they're not going to produce it anymore. Whether or not people love it or not. If they're only watching it illegally and for free, then they're not going to, it's not worth their time and money and effort to do it. And, I mean, as much as all of us love it, like anyone who is a Straw Hat is like in it to win it. Like, we're in it forever, as long as they'll let us. So, yeah, just keep paying for it, and they'll actually keep doing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Hello, you look awesome.
Thanks. I was just wondering if you could pretend to talk to your cats, but as Chopper.
It's like a normal day. So I would just like, actually, so there's this thing that I do with Mortimer, we call him Morty, because he's so dumb, and like, cause Sherbert, when I talk to Sherbert, like I feel like he'll actually like make eye contact with me, and like, he'll respond to me when he feels like it, like, but I can tell he knows what I'm saying. But with Mortimer, like, he's so clueless, and his eyes are always so big, and his mouth is always so open. And so I'll go to him and be like,
Morty, are you a baby? Are you a baby, Morty?
and then I'll get really serious, because he doesn't even, like, he can't even tell that I'm talking to him at all. So he's just like, yeah, cat. Like, just like a random thing. And then I'll get really serious, and I'll like, get right next to him and be like, Morty, tell me the truth. Are you a baby? And he's just like, yeah. Looking around at like dust particles, just like demons on the ceiling. Tell me now. Are you a baby? Tell me. He still hasn't told me. Yeah. There you go. Does anyone else have a question? Get to the mic! Don't be lazy.
I have like 30 pounds of gear here.
Is that all?
I guess my question is working.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. I can't tell. I don't hear anything.
I can hear you. That's all that matters.
Okay, that's good. Forget all you. Anyways, I guess to ask, what's one of your favorite lines that you've ever had to say? Like, for any character, up to you, but I guess since Chopper is probably the ultimate one, how about that? So.
Actually, I have a line from Tamama that I really love. Are there any Sergeant Frog fans here? Yay! Okay, so this is for you guys. But he kind of sounds a lot like Chopper, so you can just pretend it's Chopper saying it.
Hey everybody, guess what? I think I have diabetes.
So as the voice of CL, I was wondering, since the whole series is kind of like his descent from a mostly good guy to more and more dark territory. Do you think, like, after, currently CL is still ultimately a good guy?
It's interesting that you see him as a good guy that gets worse. I actually don't, to me, from the start, he's already in a very dark place. And I think his character is so complicated. And the reason being is his age. Like, just thinking of everything that he has gone through and continues to go through at his age. He's so young, he's just a kid, but he has to put on, the adult face. And he makes all these very adult decisions, but with child logic, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, still his driving force is vengeance. And I think that anytime that is your driving force, that is a dark place to be.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he has, at least the way that I have played him, I don't think he's ever tried to catch the bad guys just to catch the bad guys. You know what I mean? I think that there was a small part of him that did feel like he could help others and make sure that what happened to him didn't happen again.
Kind of like Batman.
Yeah. A lot like Batman, kind of in the beginning. So I guess in that regard, he's a little bit of a good guy. But he does tend to lose more and more touch with, like, humanity. Like, he just kind of loses that sense of importance of human connection. I think especially by the end of Book of Circus.
Yeah.
That ending to me was so heartbreaking when we were recording it. That big monologue that he does, it's one of my favorite moments, acting period. But when we were recording, in between takes, Ian Sinclair, the director, said to me, like, "You look like someone just killed your puppy." Because I was just so devastated for him, just to see him lose his faith in people, to see him lose his faith that there's any good in anyone. That was like I felt like that was his last bit of hope. And then when there was nothing, it was like, what does any of this matter? You know what I mean? But I have to say, I feel like he gets a little bit of it back in Book of Atlantic. I really do, and I think it's because of Lizzie.
Okay, I haven't seen that one yet.
Hasn't come out yet. It'll be in theaters June 14th. Mark your calendars. You can get tickets now on Fandango.
Great, next round.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. Actually, I have 3 questions.
That's fine.
First of all, I just want to say thank you for voicing Chopper and Nine Moxie and Borderlands. I love Borderlands. I'm a gamer, so playing Borderlands, and you brought an essence to the game that was really cool and fun.
Thanks.
So,
I assure you it's my pleasure.
So my first question is, are you going to make any more cameos in video games?
Oh, there's a video game that just came out that I'm in, and I'm a main character in. But it's only if you have PSVR. It's Farpoint. It's their flagship one with the aim controller. And I got to do the motion capture and facial capture and voice and everything. Like, I am that character, like 100%. I mean, it doesn't look anything like me, but like, as far as the performance, like, that's all me. And it was so much fun. The script was so cool, and I have not played it, so I can't really speak to the game. But it seems like it's been getting really good reviews. And it was cool because, well, I didn't get to act with her because I had to act by myself. But Laura Bailey is in it too, and it's been like years since she and I have been in the same property together. So it was really neat, like, to know that, like, oh yay, we're in the same thing together again. That's so cool. But yeah, I highly recommend it because I'm sure the acting is awesome.
Also, I want to say thank you for Space Dandy because I've been wanting to it. The opening scene was, like, you did a very good job.
Thanks. Thanks, man.
And then the movie that you just said, Black Thunder, will it be released dubbed?
Yes, it's gonna be dubbed in theaters June 14th. I think you see it subbed on the 12th, but who cares about that? Yeah, we dubbed on the 14th, and I think it's only one night that it's going to be in theaters.
Everywhere?
Yes. Well, specific theaters, but it's in a bunch of places. I'm sure it's somewhere in Orlando or in probably somewhere. It's going to be somewhere in Florida.
Yeah, it's playing in Orlando.
It is playing in Orlando? Dope. So yeah, for sure in Orlando, and then it'll eventually come out on DVD, but like, you guys want to see it in a theater. It's really cool. It's so cool. Also, it's because of Book of Atlantic that now CL and Lizzie are my OTP. Trust me. Hello!
Okay, so how did you, and Fairy Tale, how did you cast her as Julia, and why did you pick that specific voice for her?
Oh my god, that was so long ago. I'm trying to remember. I know I auditioned for Fairy Tale, but I don't think Julia was in the sides. I think they just thought, because Julia comes later. And then Tyler Walker, the director, he cast me as her. And we kind of found the voice together. So I did, because she's so different when you first meet her.
Even in Japanese, she has like a higher voice, like kind of like really girly, and then like, when you listen to the dub, it's like more proper.
She goes like, because she goes from, she has two very distinct voices. She has a super high girly like, oh hooray, or whatever, and then the like drip drip drop voice or whatever. So we came up with the more intense voice first, because that's, you know, when she first happens, and then we were a little bit confused whenever she started getting obsessed with Gray, because her voice totally changes in the Japanese, and so we kind of made her super girly, but still a little bit more of like, I guess, not quite so like
Ooh, like that kind of girly?
but like, oh, like that's like my impression of like all of my opera teachers in college. I went to music school, just like all of them talk is yes, of course, like it's a very like healthy way to scream, I guess. So while her fighting reacts are still more on the intense side, like doing the like, oh great, I love, like all of that is actually kind of easy to do because it is like in that like opera voice. Oh! So yeah, there we go. Did I answer your question? Was I saying words? Hello.
As Casa, you know, in Future Diary, were there any lines they said that kind of creeped you out?
For sure. Yeah, Yuno Gasai is definitely the creepiest character I've ever played. I think the most uncomfortable one for me was
Yuki, time for peepees!
yeah. I mean, the fact that she had him like locked up in a basement somewhere probably added to how weird that line is. But yeah. But Yuno's also one of my favorite characters because unlike a lot of the other characters that I've played, which are like just super obsessed with a boy, Yuno actually has a reason. Like the writer did such a good job of showing her whole backstory and showing her history of abuse, like with her family, that led to this obsession with Yuki. So like for me as an actor, psychologically, it made so much sense. Whereas with other characters, it can get kind of confusing where I'm just like, especially Kurumu in Rosario Vampire, I'm like, girl, why? Like, why are you so obsessed with this dude? He's so lame and so boring. And like, but with Yuno, every choice that she made sense to me, knowing her history. So kudos to that writer. I thought that show was so well done. Thanks. Hello!
Hi there. So I was wondering what your favorite part of playing Julia was.
Ooh, I really like her fight sequences. Cause like I feel like, especially in the show, you tend to like For, whoa, what's happening? Dear God.
We're adjusting.
Oh, okay. You could tell, like you, when you're watching the show, you can have a tendency to forget that she's like a total badass. So I love it when just out of nowhere she comes and like kind of saves the day, or puts up like a super awesome fight. So big fan of that.
Hi. Throughout your voice acting career, who do you like working with most out of the shows that you?
Like acting wise or directing wise, or what do you mean?
Like speaking with the other voice actors, and which one? What's your favorite time voicing with them?
Well, whenever we voice act, we're by ourselves, so we're never with them.
Okay.
But because of that, I love working opposite people that I know really well, like J. Michael Tatum, because when we record, if we record first, we're basically just recording in a vacuum because they haven't been recorded yet, so you have no one to feed off of. So when it's somebody that I know well and I know their vocal cadences, I can predict a little bit better what they're going to sound like, and I can hear them in my head in my, pre-roll.
Right.
So it's a little bit easier. So yeah, anybody like Tatum or Colleen or Jamie or Mike, any of the people here, any of the other voice actors that are here. Josh Greeley is great for that too. Yeah, he was super fun to work opposite in Snow White with the Red Hair, especially. He was so good in that. But yeah. But since we don't actually work face to face, it doesn't really matter. I could hate you, and I could still like working with you as long as you act good.
Follow-up question would be favorite director.
Favorite director. I'm gonna say Colleen Klinkenbeard, since she's the first person who ever cast me, and she's the first person who ever hired me as a director. So I've actually she and I have been friends for a long time. She was like a bridesmaid in my wedding. I've told her before that I straight up owe my career to her. If it weren't for her, I would not have an anime career. So if you guys like what I do, thank Colleen.
So you played like a lot of characters over the years, like from Summer Wars. Oh my god.
What kind of ukulele is that?
Oh, it's a soprano.
What brand is it?
It's a cheap ukulele. It's first note. But you played like a lot of characters over the years, from like Summer Wars back in 2008, and like even now you're still doing that. So what character do you feel like on a personal level like you could relate to, like personality-wise?
Oh, personality-wise, the two characters that I think are the most like me are Natsuki in Summer Wars and Maho and Beck. Those two, by far, are like so me. There was even one time whenever we were recording Beck that I came in to record and I was wearing the same thing that she was wearing, like not realizing it. Like I came in and Bevins was like, "Are you cosplaying as your character?" And I was like, "What?" So yeah, she's very, very sensitive. And
sorry.
I was gonna say, and then like with Natsuki, I think that's why Mike McFarlane cast me as her, because he was like, "This is you, do it."
So follow-up question is like, what character has been your favorite to play them?
A lot of actors, when you ask them this question, they're always like, all of them are like my babies. It's just so hard to choose. Nah. Nah. My favorite, hands down, Seattle Phantom Hive, Black Brother. Best. Thank you. That's not to say I don't love my other characters. But as far as like challenging me and like really fulfilling me artistically, Seattle Phantom.
Hi, so I have a question about Summer Wars. I know that during the movie, I love the fact that they played Hanafuda throughout the movie. I want to know if you actually learned how to play the game. No?
Not at all. No idea. No idea what's happening in that movie when Hanafuda is being played. Just like, quick boy!
A follow-up question, not about Summer Wars. Because you played Taka in Tokyo Ghoul. How did you feel towards the ending of that, the second season?
Oh man, it's like just super sad. Like it's, I don't even know. I mean, I was glad spoiler. I was glad I survived. Since like, it's cool to know if there's another season that I would be in it, whereas I can't say the same for most of my other castmates. Unfortunately, yeah, it was just like, because Mike even told me what happened and I thought he was joking, because it's that brutal. It was just like, I was like, haha, that's so funny. He's like, no, I'm serious. That's really what happened. I was like, oh, what? I have 5 minutes, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What was your favorite line to say as Hideyoshi?
Ooh, I don't have a favorite line, but my favorite episode was whenever him and his sister switched places.
Yeah.
That was like super difficult to do. And it was so hard to keep track of who was who and what voice was what voice. That was so fun. I love that episode. Thanks.
All right.
Have you ever met a Japanese counterpart to a character that you have voiced, and could you use some adjectives to describe that?
Yes, I have. I met the voice actress of Enma Ai in Hellgirl, and it was super exciting and also very surprising because she was as excited to meet me as I was to meet her, and I was like, I'm just doing you. Like, no, like, you should be like, you're welcome. She'll be excited to meet me. But she was so sweet and like so polite. It was great.
Great, thank you.
Thanks. Nice beard.
Thank you.
Hello. I know you voiced Georgie from Shin-Chan. I just was wondering how it was working on that show.
Shin-Chan was a lot of fun. I actually had to do a lot of music on that as well.
I love the ending song.
Yeah, that's right. I got to do a theme song, and then also when there was like Shin-Chan the high school years, I got to do all the music for that, and like that was really fun. I love that show. So offensive, but really great. Thanks. Hello.
What was your favorite Mad Moxie line?
There's one that she says, I won't do it right, but when she's like, I remember what Jimbo Hodum told me when me and the kids left that disgusting bandit clan forever. He said, "Hang down home, down. I'll never forget it.
Could you describe Ian Sinclair with one word?
Worst.
How did you feel playing Chatsu from Dragon Ball?
It was dope. I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z. I was really happy to get to be a part of it and not to have to be a big character and destroy my voice. They just scream all the time. And Chatsu and Guar are pretty ruthless. So I get to like come in and do a line or two here and there and still be a part of the show and not get hurt. Which is great. I guess the character gets hurt, but my voice doesn't get hurt.
Hello. Hi. So I know that you said that you have a past in music. So going from music to voice acting, what kind of made you decide to go more into voice acting than with music?
Because I got a job. Like, I mean, literally, that's all it is. Like, I still do music. If you guys follow me on Instagram, at Brina Palencia, I take one-word suggestions for people, and I write a 60 seconds or less song based off of the one word. And I'm also trying to do an album right now, and I actually have a demo CD that is available for purchase here at this convention. So yeah, it's literally just because I started getting work as an actor and not, but I mean, I've always liked acting and singing. The only reason I got a music degree is because I didn't want to build sets. Because if you get a theater degree, you have to build sets at some point, and I hate manual labor, like so bad. That's literally the only reason that I got a music degree instead of a theater degree. And then now the only reason that I am acting more than singing as a profession is because that's what I got.
And a follow-up question, where did you go to college?
I went to University of North Texas in Denton, Texas, north of Dallas.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think that's all the time I have, right?
It's all time we have.
Thank you guys. Come see me at my booth. I will be there shortly. I'm going to grab something to eat like super fast, and then I'll be right there.